Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are on our planet. We're gonna go take a walk because it's gonna rain. Today's gonna be a short live stream, so we won't be at the water much. We'll pass by the water most likely, but we won't be able to, we won't be staying there long today because it's set to rain all day, and I figure I'd take my walk now before it gets like all wet and stuff. So yeah, I was gonna call this walk and talk, but I decided to just call it just chill. We're just chilling. My voice hasn't fully woken up yet. As you can tell, it's still kind of like raspy. Yeah, good start to the morning though, very pleasant. But yeah, we're gonna go and take a walk. It's 8:01. What's up, Doc? Let's get rolling. We're just walking and talking, chilling and chatting. My voice hasn't woken up yet though. I'm bringing my umbrella with me. All right, let's go. It's been a while since I left the house with the stream on. Walking in the neighborhood, heading to the trail. Got my water bottle in my pocket. It's gonna be one of those days where it's supposed to rain practically all day. So I figured I get rolling now, get my walk in, because otherwise I will not get my walk in throughout the day. It's supposed to be thunderstorms and lots of rain. So you're early. So we're just chilling. Saturday mornings are usually quiet. Sunday mornings are even more quieter. Birds are out. Yeah, language was fascinating. It's interesting seeing all the different like squiggly like characters, and you know, yeah, it's just fascinating how we make language a problem too. And you know, I celebrate all the languages for sure. It's just some of it's just like, wow, it's crazy, you know. It's like so many extra like things just to write the same thing. Yeah, pretty fascinating stuff. So let's see who we're gonna see on the way to the trail and who we're gonna see on the trail. We're not gonna really be staying at the water at all. We'll probably just see it, say hello to the water, and then get back to walking. So it's more like this stream's probably gonna be like an hour and a half to 2, maybe less than that. It all depends on how fast I walk. So I could technically jaywalk right now, but I'll wait. The roads are very quiet. There's like nobody there. No one's coming, but the lights are about to change anyways. And yeah, someone's playing Indian music at the bus stop. I'm sure you can hear that. Feels interesting because I haven't done this in a while, like walking in the neighborhood with the gimbal. But this is what I used to do all the time. First thing in the morning, get it straight, get it on, and just walk around. Morning. There's my first person for the day. Getting to say morning too. Let's see, I went that way yesterday when I was walking. They redid the road here. Nice and smooth. Morning.
Good morning.
Have a great day. Thank you. Ooh. I didn't even get to see that message, whatever that person said. Let's see, am I gonna go straight? Am I gonna turn? And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk straight for a while and then turn in the street. There's a house that I want to see today. It's a nice, pleasant house. People from Jamaica live in that house, and I like how they did their house. I like what they did with the front of their house. They put some like wording. Yeah, I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go that way today. I always do my best to change up my directions. Like some days I walk through here. Our sister Dina lives through this street. She's the owner of like a beauty salon. She's been an entrepreneur for 40 years. So she's like my reminder of like why to continue to be an entrepreneur. She said she would never trade it for the world. She loves doing her taxes when tax season comes because she's always very organized and she keeps everything like she's locked in, which is amazing. She's like, it's, you know, that's what a lot of people are afraid of, like when it comes to tax season, to keep track of all your expenses and your receipts and all that. I'll be doing that this coming tax season. It'll be my first. I like walking through this street. Lots of cool people in this street. But there is a person who passed away in where that black car is. That's the person I had to help a year ago, and they're no longer there. The entire house is cleared out. They sold everything. It's empty, and there's just the 2 cars that have no license plates on it now. It's fascinating. Hello. What's up, Clash? Good to see you. Well, if you know how the rules work, and you can get less taxed. Like, I know some people pay themselves a very, very low salary, and then they invest the rest into like stocks and bonds, and then, or they put it into like life insurance where they don't get taxed, and then they just borrow against their like stocks or their bonds, depending on how the bank sees your credit scores and all that other nonsense. Like, why do you think like the rich know how to make more money? Because they don't use their own money. They borrow, and then they just what else do they do? Yeah, they just keep borrowing, and they keep reinvesting, and they make more, and they're able to just pay back whatever to the bank whenever they need to. Mike rolls. Yeah. There are like a lot of the millionaires and billionaires, they don't pay themselves with a salary. In fact, they pay themselves like $1. So when the IRS or the CRA, I know more about American
tax system than the Canadian one. And I live here. Well, I don't live here, but I'm temporarily dwelling here. It's fascinating. But that's how most of the millionaires and billionaires are doing what they're doing. Because when I got to spend time in Vegas, you know, seeing how they were building wealth legitimately, because these are these are loopholes that the government left in place, and you know, they took advantage. When you know the rules of the game, you win. When you don't know the rules, you lose. That goes for anything in life. That also goes down to how reality works. When you know that it all starts from within you and everything is a byproduct of you, then you start to play the game differently. But when you take your outside world and you believe everything to be true on the outside world, then you actually lose. You don't win. But technically speaking, you're never losing, you're actually winning. You just have to remember that. That's the perspective. Yeah. If I borrow money and I pay it back, if I need money, I make the money, so I do something for somebody that they don't want to do, and or I work for it. I work for my... Well, first of all, it's nothing about being crooks. I don't know where you're coming out with all this, Mike. Relax, calm down, chill out, take a chill pill, dude. We're just talking about something. I'm just talking about how, you know, when tax season comes for entrepreneurs, we have to do things slightly different than people who get paid with a salary. Hello, if you don't know who the fuck I am, I used to work in IT for years, and I used to be paid with a salary. So, shh, quiet down, calm down, relax, chill out. Morning. Well, money has no value until we give it value, right? Eventually, the world's financial system is going to collapse on its head, because more and more people are starting to be awakened, and they're going to realize we don't ever need it to do these things. Like, there's a lot of things that are going to be breaking in the next, like, 10 to 15 years. So the world as we know it now is coming to a halt. We still have to deal with bullshit on the planet for the time being, but that's going to test each of you and your internal state of being, and see if you remember how reality works. Those who understand how reality works will win. Those who continue to look outside of them they're not losing, but on the outside they're going to feel like they're losing, and then on the inside they're going to take that L as a personal L, and they're actually going to be losing when they in reality are actually winning. They just forgot how it works from as within, so without. Well, in reality, if you say you're a slave, then you're a slave. I'm not a slave. If you decided that, Clash, and then you are a slave. Shift your words, shift your life. People like to use words that don't empower them whatsoever. You're not a slave. You just have to remember who you are. It's just that simple. Go a little quick. Because I don't think like you. I think differently. You're not a slave. That's your mentality. Yes, I'm part of the same system, but I don't call myself a slave. I'm playing the game differently now. So how can I be a slave? You're just indoctrinated into the nonsense of the world. I'm not. Big difference. I unindoctrinated myself from the crappy things that the world has told us about and start to live the game differently. Why do you think I'm doing what I'm doing? If I was like you, like 10 years ago, who had been a slave to the system, I would not be doing what I'm doing. Not be saying what I'm saying, not be talking the way I'm talking, not be taking the actions I'm taking. So, I'm not a slave, and there's a lot of people who aren't slaves to the system because they realize that the wordings that they use, and changing their wording and changing their perspective and their attention and focusing on what actually is important has shifted their game immensely. So if you want to change your life, change your words. You're not a slave. You're simply remembering how the game works now. And when you remember how the game actually works from internally, you will start to feel different. It's just that simple. But what the thinker thinks, the prover proves. So if you continue to think you're a slave, then you will be a slave. It's just that simple. Yeah, but when you're taking action, where are you taking it from? Fear? Joy? Knowing? Despair? You can take all the action you want, but you're taking an action to change an action to get a result, but that's not how it works. Cause is internal state. Are you taking it from fear, from hate, from anger, from frustration, from annoyance? Or are you taking it from joy, from peace, from harmony, from bliss? As within, so without. If you don't know that principle yet, I highly recommend you go look it up. And I really do mean this. If you've been on my channel enough, you should know this by now. And if you don't know this by now, I'm going to help you to remember. The answer is you. It starts with you. It ends with you. It always has been you. Will forever be you. As within, so without. But most of you, including myself once upon a time, have been living as without, so within. And then you reflect back what you see on the outside and you amplify it because you're seeing with your eyes. You've been indoctrinated by looking with your eyes. You got to start looking with your mind. Easier said than done because the mind's going to convince you that it's hard, but it is quite simple once you get the hang of it. Take some time. Yep, and there's that word, hope. That word is where you're going to have to start, but unfortunately hope is not going to be enough. You have to know. Hoping is for the weak who don't know anything about anything. You don't have to hope, you have to fucking know. Do you have to hope to blink your eyes, or do you know you can blink your eyes? That's why there's people who are living life on a way that, like, how is that possible? How are they able to make what seems to be the impossible possible? Because they don't hope, they fucking know. You know why they know? Because they know, maybe they may not know consciously how reality works, but they know deep down inside that they know that they can bring forth anything within themselves and make a life by their design, not by default. There is no fucking hope. That's for the weak. But no one's actually weak. They just forgot who the fuck they are. That's why I came here, to help people remember who the fuck you actually are. If you choose to listen, of course. Morning. There's the house. No one's above anybody in the level of awareness or a consciousness. From the soul level, everyone's at the same level. It's just that your mind has been finessed into believing that you're below. So this house right here, I like this house a lot. They say blessed, grateful, and thankful. And they have a nice little like stone thing there that says, home is where the heart is. Something about this house is very peaceful, very relaxed. I like their house. They did good. Blessed, thankful, or blessed, grateful, and thankful. It's awesome. Morning.
Hey.
How are you? Good? Good stuff. We're gonna head to the hanging spot to go hang on the bar for a moment. Well then, Clash, I hate to break it to you, you will always be a slave then if you continue to say, since you say I know. You have the power to say that you're a slave, but you can also have that same power to tell yourself that you're not a slave. And yet you still choose to consciously say I'm a slave. So guess what? You will be a slave. It's just that simple. I don't want you to be a slave, but you're making the choice. I can't make the choice for you. So how about you start to use that same energy that you're implying that I'm a slave and tell yourself that you're not a slave. If you want to be a slave for the rest of your life, that's your choice. Continue to play the victim though. I'm not here for victims. I'm here for people who actually know who the fuck they are. Or at least want to do their best to change their life. I once upon a time was like you. Used to think the same shit. So not true. Once you understand how reality works, you don't play the game the way you played. Maybe it's not your time yet. Maybe you'll need another 10 years and then you'll figure it out. Maybe you'll go your rest of your life being a slave. I don't want that for you though. But you have to want that. You have to want something different for yourself. Because see, my version of you, Clash, is someone who knows who you are and how everything works. There's a version of you that I have of you that's infinite, that is living your life by design, not by default. So if my version of you is more powerful than your version of yourself, there's a problem. Because your version of yourself should be much higher than mine. But if yours is not even at my level, then there's a big problem. And that goes for the rest of you. If your version of yourself is not higher than mine, then what the fuck are you doing? Simple. Start focusing on internal. Start taking action from a state of being confident and knowing. It starts by shifting your belief. That's your first step. That's an actual step. Start focusing internally that you're not a slave. Number one. Number two, start being confident that you know you can start to live your life by design. And if you say those steps are bullshit, then guess what? You're not going to win. I'm telling you straight up. You have to start within. You have to start to dissect everything you're thinking and believing. That's going to start there first. Those are actual action steps you're going to have to do. You're going to have to go against everything that you thought was true about the world. That's what I've been doing. You want change? Change starts from within. Those are your action steps. Start doing it. Watch as the game starts to be flipped on its head when you start to change your internal state. Will it change right away? No, because you've built up a fucking mountain called being a slave for however many years. You're gonna have to dismantle the mountain. It's going to take a little bit of time, human time, but as you start to turn and shift internally, you're going to start to see your reality start to change little by little. But it all depends on one thing, your conviction, if you know you can change it. But I know you can change it. You know why? Because you and I are the same at the core. We're not different. We all have the same power within. And if I was able to change my life, then so can you. So there's no excuse unless you make it into an excuse. You have the power, dude. And I hate when I see people shoot themselves in the foot. Morning. You have the same power to make yourself so weak that you can use that same power to start empowering yourself. And that's why I came here to this planet, to make sure people understand how this shit works. And if you think this is bullshit, then it is bullshit. It's just that simple. I can't really do anything else for you. But it's not bullshit, because I've changed my life inside out. Don't be fooled by the outside world, what you're seeing where I'm at. Don't get fooled by that. Everything is working. You know why? Because reality, when you have a big ass vision like mine, it takes some human time for it to condensate? Sure, whatever. It takes some time for it to materialize into physical form. You just have to realize that it's working. And everything is working for you. So if you continue to keep being indoctrinated and enslaved, then that's what you're actually reinforcing. Because you're giving it your emotion, your attention, your focus, your concentration, your energy, and you face the direction of what you don't want, and you're still bringing it in. That is how the fucking mind works. When you say you don't want something, you're actually bringing in what you don't want. Indirectly. That's why I get very passionate. I'm not even angry. I love being passionate. When I see souls like you show up and you start to tell yourself that you're this and that. No, you are beyond what what you think you are. You have no idea. But your soul knows. Your mind has just convinced you. You are not the fucking mind. You have a mind. And you get to use the mind and direct it the way you want to. I didn't know this for 20 friggin' years. I'm here to save you fucking time now, if you want to listen. But if you want to argue, I don't know if you are. I have no idea. I can't see the screen. If you want to argue, that's your choice. Can't help you. Well, I know I can't, but if you decided that for yourself, then it is what it is. Let me see what's being written in the chat. I'm not done my push-ups. Hey Drea, good to see you. You don't want peace. Okay, well then, continue to live in calamity. It's just that simple. In fact, I do yourself a favor, Clash. Don't be here, because everything I'm about to tell you is going to go against exactly what you don't want. So I highly recommend don't be here. Go live a world where you're always constantly in fear, and you're struggling, and you're suffering, and you're enslaved. I'm not here to help people who want to continue to keep reinforcing that garbage over and over and over again. That's why this world will never get to peace, because we have people like yourself who doesn't want fucking peace and wants to create more problems for the rest of the world. All because you're like, I don't want peace. You know why you don't want peace? Because you're afraid of it. You are afraid, but not your soul. Your mind is making you afraid. You've been so convinced that that by the world, that this is how it should be. No, you get to decide now. The world's changing, dude. My universe, I see so many people who are waking the fuck up. I don't even know how many push-ups I did, to be honest. Usually I do like 44. It's okay, I'll just keep going. I want the best for you, dude. I really do. But you have to want the best for yourself. And that goes for the rest of you. I want the best for all of you. You deserve the best. You deserve it all. All of you. Peace, love, abundance, success, fulfillment, joy. You deserve it. It's your birthright. You just have to know how the rules of the game works. I got the blood pumping. The blood is flowing now. Gotta keep moving though. Don't know when the rain's supposed to come. Stretch my arms out. I want the best for you, Clash. I really do. And that goes for all of you. Even if I sometimes can be an asshole, but I'm not being an asshole, I'm being direct. I'm basically saying that I want the best for all of you. You just need to stop some of the things that you're thinking about. I can catch it and I can see it because I used to do the same thing too. I used to say, success is not for me. I'm always going to be a slave. I'm never going to make it. I'm never going to do this. I don't want peace. No, you want peace. Your mind has finessed you into believing you want peace. And I told you, you're not the mind. I don't need to prove you wrong at all. You're already doing that yourself. You just have to decide. If you want change, decide right now. That's your proof. Decide right now. If you want that change, do it. Be it now. Start living internally, but you have to use emotions. Morning. So start using your emotions. You're using it already anyways against you, so you may as well use it for you. The mic isn't on. It is on. Hold on, I'm gonna unplug myself. One sec. Anonymous, I'm about to click in my mic again. Should be on, should be working. My breath, my heart, my veins. Good. At least you understand. At least it's starting internally, so that's a good start. So then, if you know that, why are you not directing it in a way that can actually help you? Why are you directing it in a way that's hindering you? Morning. Have a great day, okay? Thank you. Perfect. Morning, Jeanette. We're helping Clash with something right now. If you have listen carefully, Clash, I'm about to say this to you. if you have the power to say that I'm a slave and I'm always enslaved by the system, then you also have the same power to say I am not enslaved by a system and I am using the system in my advantage. In a way that's not being a crook, of course. You have that same power, same emotion. You have to understand how the mind works and how your emotions get used, or how you use it. It's okay that nobody taught you how reality works. Nobody taught me, nobody taught a lot of people. We're just now starting to figure out, especially if you were born in the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. The ones that were born in the 2010s and the 2020s, they already know how it works. Because a lot of them are coming down already remembering how shit works. But for the rest of us, especially when we have parents who were born in the 60s, the 50s, and the 40s, right? They were indoctrinated with a bunch of garbage. But it was not their fault. Because the system, like, there was no way for them to get out of it. So they did the best by raising us. Can't blame them. I used to, but I don't blame them anymore. Because, like, if I keep blaming them, that means I'm still giving power and being a victim and helpless. But I have the power to shift it in any way I choose to. So I choose to shift it. I choose to shift it. You know, 10 years ago, walking in this area, I wasn't streaming 10 years ago, but walking in this area, there would be nobody saying hello to me. Not a single soul. Why? Because my internal mirror, once upon a time, was I hated people, and people are stupid, and they're moronic, and they're idiots, and they're losers, and they're filth, and they're trash, and they're garbage. That's how I thought about each human on this planet. I didn't even care if I even knew you or if you even existed. But that's different now. I see every one of you as the infinite, the universe walking in human form, a being who has just forgotten who you actually are at your core. Not the self-identity that you've created, but the you that you actually are. That's what I see now. And so the tables have turned in my favor, and I flipped the game upside down on its head. Instead of being used by the system, I'm actually using the system to help the rest of the world to remember who they are. You're not telling your brain, it's your mind. Your brain is just the vehicle. It has nothing to do with the brain. The brain is just the driver. Is just the vehicle. It's your mind. Know the difference. It's not your brain. Your brain is what takes control of, or your mind is what takes control of the brain. And the brain then just has to use its neurons to fire and wire in whatever direction. But it's your mind that is the driver of that brain. So it's your mind. You're sharing examples that I understand where you're coming from, and I used to do the same thing, but listen carefully. Your mind is so much more powerful than you realize. And I got up at like 6:30 this morning. What the thinker thinks, the prover proves. Your mind isn't smaller. Your mind is so much more powerful. Your mind is creating the story that your mind is smaller because it wants you to be a little victim, a little helpless human. And I'm here to mirror back to you exactly who you are. But your mind doesn't want to hear it. Morning, brother. Your mind does not want you to hear what I'm about to say because your mind has control over the true you, who you forgot who you are. Your mind is so much more powerful, and I'm going to talk to your mind directly. I'm not talking to your soul. I'm talking to your mind right now. Listen carefully, mind of Clash. Time's ticking for you. He wants change, but you keep enforcing your limitations onto Clash. I see you, mind. I can see you. You're not an enemy. We're not here to destroy you, mind. It's okay. Relax. Morning. How are you? Good? Awesome. Enjoy your day, okay? The mind, let me get back to what I was saying. So mind, yes, you can keep sharing your stories of limitations to Clash and keep finessing him into believing, but I'm here to remind you that you are not the one in control. Clash is the true Clash, not the false Clash that he's made, which is you. You're not the truth. The truth is it's you that goes beyond the mind, Clash. That's infinite. So if you tell yourself your mind is small, that's not you. That's actually your mind telling it to yourself to keep you playing small and stuck. You're so much more powerful than you realize. Every person is. And as I still breathe till my final breath, I will continue to do what is necessary to help people like you. To remind you of how powerful you actually are at your core. You see all the humans that are next to me? Some of them don't even know who the fuck they are because they forgot. And I'm here to remind them of how powerful they all are, no matter what they believe. They all have the power within themselves. They just forgot. Every human who hasn't remembered who they are, I'm here to remind them of who they actually are. They're a walking universe. Let's see, left or straight? I'm gonna go straight. You have to realize that you're not the mind. And every time you tell yourself a story like that, it's not you. This is the conundrum, the paradox that itself played out for each of us. Once you understand that you are not the mind, you have a mind, and you get to use the mind in whatever the way you decided to use it, you will win. In fact, you've already won. Congratulations. Give yourself a round of applause. But the problem is, the mind is not going to just give up. It's going to do whatever it can to keep its story alive. It's taken over your throne room. And it won't just give it up easily. It's going to want to fight you. This is the battle. It's your fight within yourself. But it's not really a fight. You're not really fighting the mind. You are getting the mind to work with you, to finally start to listen to what you actually desire to have. You have goals and dreams which are actually your reality, and it's waiting for you to fulfill it. You didn't come here playing small. This is the reason why you found this channel. Why do you think you came on right now for me to tell you this? You think this is by accident? I could have just been chilling and I am chill right now. I'm just relaxed. But I like helping people. If today is the only thing I can do is to help you, and that's all I do, then let that be it. That's my mission. It's the rest of my day. I did give you actionable steps. You're still not listening. Start going within and start shifting your beliefs. Sit down. Here, you want real actionable steps? Sit your ass down. Get out a piece of paper. Turn your damn phone off. Turn off all your fucking screens. Sit down and start writing out everything you believe of yourself to be true. And then look at it and see how ridiculous some of it is. That's your first step. Do it today. In fact, do it right now. Get a piece of paper and get a pen and start writing that out. You want actionable steps? That's your first step. Write it out. See what you believe of yourself. Good. Now sit and write. Write out everything about you, what you believe to be true about yourself. Everything, even the things you said today about you being a slave. Write it out. I want you to write it out. I want you to feel, as you're writing the word slave, I want you to feel how stupid and ridiculous that is when you write it out. And you will start to feel something differently as you're writing these things out. I don't want you to logically write this out. I want you to feel as you're writing. You write down every letter and you feel every letter you're writing with that pen and paper. This is how you're going to start to get present with yourself. Good. That's good. See, you're giving yourself empowerment. That's better. I like that. Not this, I'm a slave of the system. I'm glad that you said, I'm someone who's strong, who helps people in need. Good. Keep going. I want you to write out both positive and negative stuff about you. Whatever is positive, you're going to keep. Whatever is negative, you're going to overwrite it with something positive, something that's empowering, something that will help you. By the way, the internet in this area kind of sucks, so apologies in advance if it starts to get like very blurry, choppy and whatever, but the internet in this particular spot, I don't know why, there's like a dead zone in this area. So just giving you guys heads up. But I do feel like walking this way because it's been a while since I walked this way. It's okay, Clash is going to break out of his control. It's not easy in the beginning. I get it, Clash. I know it seems simple what I'm saying. Trust me, I've been there, dude. I've been there exactly where you've been. In fact, it probably was worse than where you're at. Being so controlled by the system, being enslaved and ensnared by all the nonsense of the world, lies. All the lies that we're told, that money is the root of all evil, that you have to only work to get money, which is so not true. When I say work, I'm talking about having to trade away and slave away to someone or something that you don't like to do. If you love doing what you're doing, then it's not a job, it's your passion, right? If you love being a chef, that's not a job, that's your passion. Because the things that you love doing and it's effortless and you're getting paid to do it and it's effortless to you and you love it, amazing, right? Because each their own. Some people like being janitors, nothing wrong with being a janitor. Some people like to be a caretaker. Some like to be, a gardener or a carpenter. For them, it's not work. For them, it's passion. So, but the lies that you have to trade your time for money is not true at all. There are plenty of people who are living their dream life without trading too much time. In fact, they're trading no time because time to them is an illusion. They see everything that they do part of their life. It's one continuous flow. Ooh, little doggy coming this way. It's nice, it's cute, I like it. It's a Pokemon. Morning. She had a cute little Pokemon. But you can get out of disappointment at any time. You just have to decide. You're disappointed because you just forgot. But guess what? You're remembering now. That's it. You're remembering. You're remembering who you are, little by little. And I'm talking about the real you, not the fake you that you think you are. Because actually, you know what, Clash? Let me ask you a question. Who are you? I don't need your name. Just say, who are you? I want to see what you're going to say after I am. Who are you? Because there's two questions that people ask themselves. They ask themselves, who am I? Or they ask, who do they think I am? And that's the question that has been replaced with the who am I? Most people say, who do they think I am? And I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly who each of you are. It's not your name. It's not your skin. It's not your body. It's not your thoughts and your beliefs. It goes way beyond all that. So so that's who you are. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's just another limitation, because you're beyond all that too. Yes, your dad birthed you into existence, but really they just midwifed you into existence. What you are is the universe. You're itself playing Caleb. I didn't need to know your name though, but that's fine. I am not actually Orion either. I am itself playing a character named Orion. I don't identify. That's why when anybody asks me, what's your ethnicity, Orion? Soul. Come on, Orion. You got like brown color skin. Where are you from? I'm a soul. I don't identify with the body. This is just a body that I use and I navigate. It's a tool. I respect the culture, I respect the ethnicity, but that's not what I am. And that's not what everybody else is either. You have it, you chose it to navigate the world, whatever lesson or journey you chose for it. Mine was to rediscover who the hell I actually am at my core. And guess what? All your journeys will get to that point where you're just remembering more of who you are and what you forgot. You'll see. And if you don't see it now, you will see it at some point in your incarnations. This is my last incarnation. I already figured it out, so I'm not going to be needing to come back. Next time it's a choice. This current life wasn't really a choice. It was something I had to do to fulfill something. So that's why I'm here, doing what I'm doing. I'm not your traditional human who's going to do the traditional things. I live in this world, but not of this world. So I do and say things that kind of polar opposite to what other people believe to be true. That's why some will call me crazy, some will call me nuts, but it's because they simply forgot who the fuck they are. They're actually the crazy ones who forgot. Because I used to be one of the crazy ones too. Well, then learn your lesson now. You are God. You're the infinite intelligence. You go beyond Caleb. That's just your name till you could be called something. Otherwise, you'd just be called itself. God, the infinite intelligence. You're all the infinite intelligence, just in a different body. You're all the same. So, since we're all the same, we all have the ability to have, let's see, we're going to think differently for sure. That's the beauty of each of us. But we have the same creative power, both positive and negative. And guess what? When you keep reinforcing the negative, you just keep recreating the negative into your experience. And then you keep wondering why you're stuck. Because you haven't figured out how the mind works. You all have the same power at the same level. No one's more higher or better than anybody on this planet from the soul level. At the mind level, that's where we differ. That's why it's important to get your mind mastered and controlled. Not be controlled and mastered by your mind. Notice the difference. It's been about a week or two since I've seen this library. I'm gonna go check what kind of books they have. Yeah, this house here has books in this little like tree house looking thingy here. Well, it's not really a tree house, but you know what I mean. What do we got? What kind of books do we got? This is a really great idea that they do. You come and you borrow a book, or bring back a book. There's always new books. These are children books at the bottom. And then these are like novels. Reckless. So Garth Nix. Okay. Tell No One. Interesting. The Great Controversy. What's this? Events that will change your future. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so I see some scriptures from the Bible in this book. You can get a lot by just reading a couple pages or just kind of having a skim through. Okay. Yeah, interesting book, The Great Controversy. I'll check it out. I like this house because they have quite the vibe, and the people there are awesome. I can read books to you guys. I can do story time. In fact, when it's more winter time, I'll probably be doing that because I'll be inside a lot. I'll probably read you guys books. That's what I did on my other channel. I read 2 full books on my stream. And we actually had discussion. Like I would read a chapter a day just to, not overwhelm everybody. And then we discussed the chapter, what we just read. And we had a great conversation. Like we read the 4 Agreements. The 4 Agreements was a very powerful book for everybody at the time when I was reading it to them on the other channel. It was good. Yeah, because reading books, when we're reading the books, we get to have a conversation about what's being read because everyone's going to take away something differently, right? No two persons is going to have a similar, no two persons going to have the exact train of thought, but they will have, hold on. Yeah, they will have similar like takeaways, but not one-to-one. So that's something you guys are interested in. I will read some books. I'll start with the 4 Agreements and then I'll read Nero's book. And then I can read Parallel Universes of Self. Ooh, Walk the Forest. We're gonna walk the forest. Pop the bubbles. Slide the snake. Shh. Floor lava. Ah! Stomp the bugs. No, we're not doing that. Then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do. Look, the number 13. We were talking about the number 13 yesterday. See? Why is the number 13 all by itself there? Did the weather lie to me? Because clearly it's not raining, and clearly it's way past 8 o'clock, and it says it's supposed to rain. It's actually 9 o'clock, so we'll see what happens. We won't be able to stay at the water long because I didn't bring the battery, so my phone is at 50% right now. For those of you who heard Bruce yesterday, he lives in this street. That's how I met him. I was walking around with my gimbal and, he's like, hey, what is it that you do? I'm like, I help people with their mind so they can remember to live their best life by design. Like, oh, I like that. We might see him potentially. It's been a while since I've walked this street though, because now I'm kind of just going down the trail from the other direction. You can actually go down from here too, but it's not really a path. It's more like forest and stuff. Flash. see. That's not a plane, that's a planet flying over there, y'all. That's the planet. That's the big boy airplane. It's monstrous. When you see that thing, when it lands, oof, it's huge. It's the Emirates plane. It's the one that goes to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Nope, not this house. The other house. Yeah, yesterday when we were chatting at the water, Bruce and Alan, they were meditating. Trail incoming. Ooh, they added some owls there and some purple birds. Nice, I like that. Me likey. I used to be like you, Clash, with a very logical mind, but now it's balanced. I still use my logic, but it's more intuitive. I use a lot of my right side brain now, more intuitive, more creative, more imaginative. I still use the logic for things that is necessary. Got to have both balance. But for me, like, logic has become very, very limited, and intuitive is infinite because, well, intuitive is based on your level of awareness, where you're at. So intuition can also not be infinite. So let me retract my message, or retract my statement. I know a bunch of people who use their intuition in the misaligned way, which is not conducive to their experience, and they get burned. It's like downloading from a website. If you're going on a virus-filled website, don't expect you're going to get a legitimate file. You're going to get a virus. It's similar to like your mind. If you're operating from hate or fear or anger or despair, your intuition can only give you something that's of that same like caliber. It can't give you anything beyond that. It'll give you a gut sensation to don't do that, but that's about it. But when you start to operate from joy, love, peace, abundance, you will also get the intuitive hit from within to take the action that keeps you in resonance of joy, love, peace, and anything else. Oh, there's our dude with the doggy. He's chilling over here today. How awesome. Normally he's over there. So right here, the internet's kind of crappy. The water's over in that spot over there. It's not that far. We'll get to say hi to the water for a moment, but we will be leaving. Won't be staying here for too long. Yeah. It basically says, transmission is unstable due to weak network connection. Okay, whatever. Roll with it. You're basically the old me, Clash. The way you speak and the way you say things. Just looking at my old self. A lot of you are my old self, essentially. But you just are on your way to being your true self. You'll figure it out. When the moment aligns, you'll figure it out. I cannot impede on the journey much. I can only like mirror back certain things, and then I have to let you be and figure it out. It's the greatest epiphany when you get to figure it out, though. Oh, another big boy airplane. Nature and airplanes. Morning. Yeah, we had two. Yeah. Yeah. Have a great day. He was mentioning the jumbo planes. He's got a fascination with the planes too. Airplanes and nature. You know, at nighttime, this could be like an anaconda. This like this stick thing. This could be a fucking anaconda at night. You're like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? Our perception gets skewed at nighttime, and our mind starts to fill in missing gaps that we can't see with our eyes, and starts to imagine things. Morning. We're almost at the water spot. Too bad though, we won't be staying there because my phone battery is at 45% or something of that nature. Did I respond? Do you believe yourself uncorrupted? Of course. You just have to forgive yourself for the things you've done. Hey.
From a different direction.
No, I come from this direction usually.
Oh, I meet you over there.
Yeah, I know. Have a great one. Enjoy your ride, okay?
Avoid the storm.
Avoid the storms indeed. She's awesome. She one time says, I'm going to deduct you from your pay because you're late. I came like later than she normally sees me. She's like, you're late. I deduct you from your pay. I'm like, okay. Can't deduct me though because I get paid by the universe. So the universe doesn't deduct unless you deduct yourself. That's funny. Yeah, well, I don't subscribe to sin. That's That's another nonsensical garbage. Once again, that's programming. I don't adhere to shitty programming like that. So, again, whatever you say, it's for you. It has nothing to do with me. So, leave your limitations at the door. I like humans like you who keep saying nonsense like that. Well, hello there, water. Good to see you for a moment. Oi. You guys can hang here for a moment. Since the supernatural exists 100% in your reality, then why aren't you using the supernatural in your favor then? If you truly believe that or know that. Because clearly from the things you were saying earlier, that doesn't mean shit to me. It sounded like you're playing just a third dimensional human with a second dimensional perspective. That's not to insult you, that's just what I felt. So you believe in the supernatural, so start using the fucking supernatural because it's within you. I'm going to speak very direct. Some of you ain't going to like what I have to say, but this is for your own good. I'm not here to build friendships, and I'm definitely not here to build connection. I am here to just speak and share. Whether I'm liked or hated, I once upon a time stood against the world and I won. So for me, like, I'm just here to just serve. Not everything I'm going to say is going to be in your favor. Not everything I'm going to say you're going to like, but it is necessary. You can then take it or leave it. It's a separate entity, well then have fun with that. There's nothing more for me to tell you. What the thinker thinks, the prover proves. If you at least know that that separate entity is helping you, then that's fine. But if you think the separate entity is not helping you, then there's a problem. Because like, you believe in it, so believe that it's helping you. My universe, it's not separate. It used to be like yours, but not anymore. Again, you're just the old version of me. That's why I said you are the old version of me. Exactly, word for word, would say the same shit. And I came to figure it out. Why? Because I was given access to my memories to know what it actually is, so I can help the rest of you to remember who you are. But you have to get down, you have to get to you have to go through your journey to figure that out for yourself. I'm just here to mirror back. This is like a perspective. It's a sort of like a tool that you can use whenever you require it. To take it or leave it though. Yeah, that's why I stopped here for a moment. I won't be here for too long because the battery won't last as long, but you guys get to see more of all of that. Normally I park you guys over there on that rock. And I'm usually, like, as you know, standing over there. But you guys are seeing all this other stuff. This was the tree I was talking about yesterday. The one where it's pointing like it's growing from the side. Quite fascinating how this tree is growing from the side. Not growing up like the other ones. Some of the colors of the leaves have started changing. It's gone from like, the top is like almost dead. It's yellowish green, a little orange here and there, and some of the bottom ones are also like dying. It's fascinating how nature works that way. In places that have like, morning, at places that have season changes. This will be like a Bob Ross painting in probably like a couple weeks or a month from now. It'll be orange and reds. If Bob Ross is here, he would definitely be inspired by all that. And there's a rare Pokemon in the distance, like a stork. It's hiding over there. It's the lone wolf. It's one of one. I should go capture it with my Pokeball. Hey Sadia, good to see you. That's cool. And that's, at least you're honest about that, Sadia, which is great. Like, you live the way you choose to, right? As long as you're happy, girl, I don't care what you do. Just make sure you're living a life by your design, right? That's why I said, like, a lot of you don't have to listen to anything I say. As long as you're living the life by your design, that's all that matters in the end. Use what works. I said that. Use whatever works. A dude in the sky, supernatural force, a black box in the Middle East, an elephant with like 20 arms. Hey, morning, bro. An elephant with 20 arms, or like a lion with like 16 feet. I don't care what you use. Use whatever works. A celestial like being, or or like a dude with a gray beard that shoots thunderbolts and stuff. Like, use whatever works. I don't care, just use it. As long as you're living it by your design, that's fine. You're living it by design, number one, and number two, you're not going out in the world and creating problems and starting unnecessary like fights with people. You let people be what they are, and you let them be how they choose to be. For me, like on my stream, when I see something that needs to be given a perspective, I will. But I still am not going to change who you are. That's your job. I'm just here to mirror back a perspective, right? So at least I'm glad with that, Sadia, that you at least are honest about that. You don't listen to what I say, which is perfect. Awesome. As long as you're happy, I don't care what you use. That's why you were given the things that you were given, so that you can live the life that you're living. I so happen to change 98% of my life internally to know that what is working for me now wasn't working for me back then, for what the things I used to believe and think and feel and do and not do and all kinds of other shit. Because the world hasn't told you how reality works. The world has ensnared you into believing that you have to look with your eyes for the truth, but that's not true at all. Your eyes can't even see a fraction of a percentage of what's actually here. And this is all just based on your level of awareness, consciousness. So yeah, use whatever works. All of you. In the end, use it. All right, water, we got to roll. Phone battery's at 35%. Well, water, thank you for holding some space for a little bit. I appreciate it. You know what to do. I don't think anyone's going to come here during the rain, but if anyone does decide to sit here today, please make sure you give them the clarity, the vision, the passion, the purpose that they think they're missing, and remind them that they have it already within them. I leave this intention with you, water. You know what to do. Get the job done. Appreciate it, water. Adios, water. I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Bye-bye, water. Off we go. And off we go. I'm sure I have a little bit more than 35% of my battery. It's just really wish if this app had showing me my time and my battery percentage properly, this would be an even better app than Streamlabs. But of course, the watermark aspect is annoying. And off she goes into the distance. Welcome back. We just finished at the water. Since the battery, I didn't bring my external battery, so I'm just walking back now. Shorter stream today because it's supposed to be raining. I'll probably just eat breakfast, and then when the rain starts pouring and heavily or whatever, I'll be doing my jump rope inside. It's the hour-long one today. I don't know if I should do that one. I should probably do the slightly less intense one because of the ankle. And then I can do the other one next week. We'll see. Yeah. Supposed to be a lot of rain today. We'll see though. Morning again. Enjoy it. Cheers. Cheerio. Cheerio. I'm really glad I have this trail while I'm still here. I'll have a trail similar to this, but it won't be surrounded by like trees in San Diego. It'll be mountains. There are some trees in a spot, but it's mainly like open. I need to get my cell phone plan when I'm there. I'll have two numbers, this one and the other one. The internet works somewhat good over there with my cell phone plan. It's not unlimited, which sucks. Canada's phone companies are just horrendous. They jack the prices and they don't even give you unlimited. Yeah, other places in the world have unlimited data for their cell phone plans. Oh, we got bikers coming and we got rollerbladers behind me coming. Sure. You should look behind you. I'm right behind you. I'm gonna teleport behind you. Morning. Morning. Have a great one. I'm great. Enjoy it. What's your name? Jeeper? 1969? If you're actually born in 1969, then clearly your consciousness level is at a pretty low state. It'd be funny if I teleported behind you. What would you do if I had teleported behind you? That actually brings me up to a story. So one time, I haven't told this before. This was back in like 2010. There was a bunch of us playing an online video game together, and we were on Skype because we didn't have Discord yet. And there was a guy. His name is Angel. He was living in New Jersey at the time. And then there was Jason's brother, Sean, which is Tiffany's husband. Not Sean, but hey, Tiffany's husband is Jason, but Jason has a brother named Sean. And Sean like basically finessed Angel. He's like, Angel, who's behind you? Angel immediately picked up his gun because Americans have the right to bear arms, and he like pointed right away. I'm like, oh shit, because we were all on a video chat. I'm like, and Sean like scared the shit out of Razor. Well, we call him Razor, but his actual name is Angel. And man, that was, Razor was always attempting to get back at Sean. So I did the deed for him. So I knew where Sean lived because, they live not that far from where I currently was. So I'm like, I'm gonna go visit Jason, but I'm gonna do Razor a favor. So Sean was in his room playing his game, and I snuck in behind him, and then he didn't know, and I had a toy gun like right there, and I scared the shit out of him. He freaked the fuck out, and we were on, and Razor was there playing games with him too. And Razor saw all that, and we got him back. So awesome. Oh man, it's crazy. Ooh, my phone battery's at 26%. Ooh, that's not good. That's definitely not good. Oh boy. Oh, we gotta roll. I'm probably not gonna make it back to the house with the battery being this low. Oh well. If the phone dies, you guys know the drill. I'm not too concerned. But yeah, that was just funny because I remember when that happened, and Sean was like, "What the fuck, man? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck, dude?" I'm like, "Hey, you did that to Angel. Like, you scared the shit out of him, telling him that there's someone behind him. So now you got a little bit of payback, bro." So awesome. Good old days. The good old days when I was unconscious to life, when life was, I wouldn't say simpler, but when life was just like, eh. Oh, there's a human here. By the way, practice love and authenticity. Morning. Morning, brother. Morning. How are you? Good? Good. How are you? I'm excellent. Have a good one, okay? You too. Thank you. He's hanging up there. He's chilling. I see him. He was like drawing. It's pretty dope. Oh, he caught up to me. There's another brother behind me. He's walking much faster than I am. Who was it yesterday that said, you need to walk slower? I think it was Clash that said, you gotta walk slower. I'm like, I am walking slow. I can walk much faster, but I choose not to. I like my time out here. Morning. It's like, see, he's walking faster than I am. So for those of you who think I'm walking slow or walking fast, I'm not. He's walking faster than I am. I don't usually like pointing camera behind people, but you know, he decided to walk faster than I am, so it is what it is. You get subjected to be in the camera. I choose not to walk behind anybody, but if you walk in front of me, that's your choice. I'll let him pass for a moment. I'm still probably not gonna make it back to the house, even as I do this, but we'll see. You never know. Spending that time at the water was necessary, but at the same time, it cost me a little bit of battery. That's how bad the battery has gone. Cause like, I'm gonna change the battery. It doesn't hold a charge. I'm at 20% now. But it's all good. I'll make it back at some point. Morning. Morning. Somebody said yesterday that I was walking, you gotta walk a little bit slower or something. It was when I was coming back to the house. Who said that? If it wasn't you, then it was someone else that said that. Walk slower. I can pick up the pace right now. I'm gonna be like, look, I'm picking up the pace right now. I'm walking fast. I'm gonna catch up to that dude. I'm gonna pass that dude. I'm not kidding. Nah, he knows, he can see the gimbal in my hand. People can see what I'm using in my hand. He's on a faster pace though. He's doing speed walking, or a little bit more of a speed walk. Yeah, when the phone battery's at like 20% and I'm over here, yeah, I won't make it back to the house with the battery, but it's okay. All is divine. I wonder if the stream's gonna stay active though while I get back to the house and the phone is dead. One can only tell. If you start seeing it spinning, then you guys know what's up. I put this phone through its paces last year and this year. Like it's taken its beating with the heat. Hello. There was one time I was running in wintertime because I didn't want my phone to die. And I ran from like here all the way to the house. I didn't stop. And I had my gimbal in my hand. It was minus 10 degrees Celsius. My nose was like running. My fingers were freezing. My toes, they were okay. But I didn't want my phone to die because I was like chatting with a couple people on my other stream, and I was just running for my life. All because I didn't bring the battery with me, and having the battery tethered with the wire is annoying. And having that in my pocket, because it would just keep like, yeah. We're at 15% now. Damn, man. We were good at like where we were, but because I was at the water for a little bit, it drained a lot of the battery. Really what's causing the drain is actually the network, which is interesting because when you're on data, it uses more battery than when you're on Wi-Fi. When you're on Wi-Fi, it uses less power. Even when you're on low power connection, it still uses a lot of power. They should develop phones to not use so much power when you're on your data plan. Maybe that's a technology I gotta build. Or maybe one of you are supposed to build it. I like that name, In a Nutshell. In a nutshell, what inspired you to have that name, if you're still here? It's a fascinating name. In a nutshell. In a nutshell, y'all, this is how reality works. It starts with you, it ends with you, it always has been you, and forever will be you. That's a bar, write it down. See, I used their name. In a nutshell. I'm always curious as to why people name their usernames their stuff. Like why, like where did like for Clash's name, Clash Maxer 5, why the number 5 and not the number 6? Or why not Clash Max or Maxer Clash? What was the inspiration for that name? You already did what exactly? Explain the name? If you did, then I missed it. Oop, phone battery's at 10%. Yep, I won't be making it back. Well, I can do a quick little end of my stream at this spot quickly. That way, the stream doesn't actually die. So I actually do a proper wrap up. Let's see if I can make it to the table, at least. I did say the stream was going to be shorter. When I get back, I can start another stream and just hang out and just chill at the table and eat my breakfast. But when it starts to rain and pour, that's a wrap. But I might just chill for the rest of the day and just relax anyways. I have to do my workout inside. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. Before the stream, before my phone like goes kaput, I'm gonna, can I make it to that table and wrap up? I don't know. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, it's very very relaxing weather to walk in. It's supposed to rain though, but my phone's about to die. I'm not gonna make it back to the house, not even close. I have less than 10% on my battery now. How much exactly do I have? 9. So I'm gonna go to the table over there, if I can make it before the phone goes kaput. Wrap up the stream and then let the phone die. And then I'll come back and we'll see if I stream later or I stream as soon as I get back and eat breakfast. Just want to at least get a stream in, you know. It's my commitment to myself. Even if the stream is shorter. Always commit. Have not missed a day since, well, I haven't missed a day. Even when I was traveling to San Diego, those few times, I would stream at the airport for a moment. I'd be in one country and then I'd be in another country. I'd be like, hey y'all, guess who's here? Guess who's in San Diego? When I go, I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be streaming at the airport for a little bit. And then, yeah, I'm not making it back. So I'm gonna just go and pause at the table here and do my wrap up. And I'll see you guys later. I'll just turn the camera to me. Oi. Front. There goes the bikers. Oi, okay. How much battery I have left? 7. It's going to die momentarily. Yeah. As the phone has to make packets and suppress them into folders, function creates heat and draw. Well, we can definitely develop technology that can undo all that. Because we can do anything. That's how powerful we are. So someone will develop a technology that will undo all that eventually. And maybe I will be the one that does it. A lot of things I'm supposed to bring forth in the physical realm. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with all that. Don't really want to do anything technical. Others should do it, not me. Hey, sunshine. My phone's about to die. If you want to come back later and hang out, cool. I do. I don't entertain them as much anymore. Because they're just tools that God created for us to kind of navigate the world with. I used to, though. Like, I'm born as an Aries, but I rebirth as a Libra. But then again, I have all the zodiacs within me. We all have them. I've done astrology. I've done all kinds of stuff back in the day when I used to be very, very spiritual. Now they're just tools. I use them whenever I feel called to use them, but not as much as I used to. Yeah. You most likely have significant software running in the background. Well, I have no software running in the background because there's only just this one app. Every app is closed except for this. Whatever iOS loads, iOS is loading. But there's nothing else. Hello, Mr. Technology once upon a time. I'm aware of that, Clash. Thank you very much for making the obvious obvious. But yeah, anyways, y'all, I'm jumping off. The phone's gonna die in a moment, so I will see you guys potentially in a moment when I come back to the house and we just chill and chat. If it rains, it rains. And yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm going to intuitively feel if I'm going to come back on. So just look out for the notification if I do come back on. If not, it'll be tomorrow. Adios, people. I'll see you. I'm aware of what you're saying, Clash. I'm aware of that. Again, trust and know I know what you're talking about. I'm aware of all that. Anyways, peace out, y'all. And Clash, remember who the fuck you are. Because if I hear your bullshit again from like I'm a slave, I'm gonna give you one of those. Peace out. Do great. And remember, you are awesome, all of you. Don't ever forget who you are. Later. Stop with the technology talk. I'm done. Peace.